Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Creativity Time. I hope you are all well. My name is Tatiana. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia and I am so excited to be here. I really love 1 p.m. on Wednesdays because I get to spend some time being creative and hopefully inspiring you. I do sell everything that I demonstrate with, so you can hop over to my online store and purchase those gifts. And at the moment, we still have Celebration, not Celebration, but Celebration, which is our celebration. And with Celebration, of course, the brochure is always on the other side of the room. You get free gifts with purchase. I'll just go grab it. This is the brochure, and there are lots of fun freebies you can get. You can get pretty paper, such as daffodils, or my favorite is rainbow paper, or some pretty stamp sets. One I shared with last week was the catching butterflies, and more paper. Or you can get a stamp set and paper that coordinate with each other if you spend twice the amount. So I'm really excited about Celebration. It's always a fun time, and I'm always excited about a new catalogue. So we started the January to June mini catalogue, and I'm just grabbing my copy. And today there's the catalogue. And today I am going to be using a new bundle. New to me, new in this catalogue. Everything in this catalogue is new. It's called, now I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce it, Dahlia Days, but I'm super excited. And there's this really fun feature of the stamp set or bundle that really appealed and attracted me to it. I'm just trying to find it in the catalogue. There we go. It is on page 35. So let's flip down and take a look. There. So there is the stamp set and bundle, and here it is in the catalogue. There's a coordinating die set which cut out various bits of there, and these are some samples. And I've got to say, the samples didn't grab me per se, partly because of the color palette, but what did grab me was this particular stamp. The sentiments fit inside it. There's some beautiful sentiments to an amazing woman. Who wouldn't want to receive a card saying that? I mean, unless you're a man, but who wouldn't want to send a beautiful woman to an amazing woman card? Or you're beyond incredible. Thank you for your kindness. You made my day. Sending lots of love. Anyway, such beautiful sentiments, really. But I loved this label tag, and I love that it has decorative elements. So that really attracted me to this bundle. And I've picked my color palette, which is very different to the catalogue. I'm going to go with Soft Seafoam, Coastal Cabana, and Fresh Freesia. But first, I need to mount some of my stamps, and just thinking out loud, does this one fit? Yes. So you don't have to just use the label in this direction. You could, so it's shown as so, but you could rotate it and use it in this direction, and then that sending you lots of love fits right inside there. So that is exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to use those. I definitely want to use the big flower. Okay, fabulous. I'm going to do a Coastal Cabana card base. Last time I did this card combo, I did the So Saffron. No, it's not So Saffron. I did Soft Seafoam as the card base. So I'm just trying to mix it up a bit. So here is Coastal Cabana, and we are going to, let's see if I've got a pre-cut piece that we can use for the card front. Almost, not quite the right height, but but we can certainly trim that down. 10 centimeters, perfect. And then I like my card fronts to be at 14.35 centimeters. Excellent. And I'll grab a card base, which I know I have. Same size, in basic white. And while I'm in the process of grabbing an envelope, because we always like to decorate the inside and the envelope too. And I need a bit more white to start stamping the flowers. So this would be good for that. Excellent. And some scraps, and smaller pieces, some of the flowers. And did think it would be fun. We're stamping it in. So we're going to color in the stamp. So I'm going to grab the Coastal Cabana. Where was it? Fresh Freesia and Soft Seafoam. And we're going to use the brush tip. And we're going to color our stamp. And this is how you get multicolored stamps, or stamped images from the one image. Okay. And might do the leaves first. So I'm now using the Soft Seafoam, and I'm going to color. This is a light color, so it's hard to see where it's been placed, but it doesn't matter. Now, if I had mounted this onto the Stamparatus, it probably would have been a good idea. And then if we missed bits, if I missed bits, then I could just re-stamp them. The Stamparatus is just behind me, so I could yet do that. So I'm just using the brush tip to color in the stamped, the stamp. It's not even a stamped image yet, is it? It's so quiet today. The folks watching, that is. I don't know, could you hear the aeroplane overhead? I'll do that green as well. And now the Fresh Freesia. That's probably a leaf, but oh well. Too late, it's going to be Fresh Freesia now. I'm concentrating. So I really love this method. You can get such pretty results. So I will grab the Stamparatus. Remove the weight. Right. And carefully peel that off the block. Place it down. I can place the magnet right here. And that way, once I press and lift. Oh, I forgot a step. Damn. Well, you get the idea of what I'm going for, but I was supposed to do a little bit of a breath, and then we get a bit more detail, but that's cute already. So we can flip that cardstock, because to every piece of cardstock there are two sides, and quickly repeat the process. Let's start with the flowers. The details didn't come through. Normally they do. Actually, I should have given this a clean and started fresh. It's one of those days. Let's clean that. Now we know that that's all fresh. Okay, starting with the flowers. And this time I won't get the leaves, hey? Deja vu, anyone? You gotta laugh at yourself. Otherwise, we're all just too serious. Now that one I decided was a leaf. I'm going to this time get the leaves. I did the leaves in so, keep on to call it, it's soft sea foam. I'm calling it the wrong thing, don't I? I kind of try to lay down the tip on an angle a bit. That way I'm covering a larger surface area at the once. But of course for the finer detail, you can use the tip. Do find the brush tip is the best for this job. And if you can't remember if you've done a spot, it doesn't really matter. You can go over it again. It won't hurt at all. And then finally that border in Coastal Cabana. Okay. And now I'm going to just do a little puff of air to make sure all the ink is still a little moistened. So, and stamp. Rub that to transfer the ink from the markers. And there we go. Got a bit more detail in this one. Isn't it soft and pretty? I had the wrong leaves. So I had some purple leaves in there before. I'm guessing I've never done it with such a detailed small stamp, so I'm guessing it's just too detailed, but that's okay. We've got the other big stamps. So I'll put the Stamparatus to the side. And now we're going to stamp all our other images. I've got the flowers in the purple, which is Fresh Freesia. Beautiful, isn't that a beautiful flower? And let's do a few of these. 1, 2, and one more. That one got very detailed. So if you're getting, so this stamp set has quite a bit of detail. If we compare, let's compare. I'm missing the detail. And that would be because my ink is too saturated, my ink pad is too saturated. So grab your clear blocks. They've got nice smooth curved edges, these clear blocks from Stampin' Up. So they're safe to put all over your ink pads. And just push the ink to the side. And you can see I've got a lighter patch now on my ink pad. I'm just gonna clear that excess ink. Now you could take a paper towel and dab off the extra ink, but it feels like a waste of ink. Whereas by doing this, I only got a little bit on my block, but the rest still remains within the ink pad and it'll spread back out a little bit. But there we go. Can you see? We have now, oh, is it focusing? Not there. We've now got a lot more detail within our flower. Might even restamp the big one. It's always good that there's two sides to every cardstock, isn't there? See, so much more detail to that compared to that side. And I'm going to do the leaves in the soft sea foam. And I might just, for a bit of insurance, pull that ink to the side. I need a few more pieces of basic white. Some more scraps. Oh, they're perfect for the leaves. I really love these leaves. Should do some of these as well. There we go, I've got space on this one. If I flip it, it will fit just that tad better. And of course, we said that we're going to put that, let's do it this way. And let's do our sentiment in the Coastal Cabana. There it is. Fingers crossed we get it placed exactly where we want it. Perfect. Sending you lots of love. Isn't that so sweet? Okay. Let's put the inky stamps to one side so that I'm not going to accidentally put my finger in them. And let's oh, before we completely put away, let's stamp our flower. I like to stamp on the bottom right hand corner of my card insert, and that's because we write right to left, and at the bottom you normally write love from Tatiana, and you know, you've got space there based on little short sentences, and that's why I do it. I know it's not necessary, you can do it however you want, but that's how I like to do it. Oh, I've got ink on my finger, and then I've just slipped the envelope flap onto my under my grid paper, and so I can stamp on the envelope flap, but it kind of just sits there. Oh, and what's another fun thing to do is I like to use my fingernail. I don't think the camera's going to pick this up, but I've marked where the edge of the envelope flap goes, and I can stamp another one as so, but I know that it'll be coming from underneath the envelope flap, and that's always a little bit of a fun addition. And let's cover that ink pad and try to add some leaves in the soft sea foam. I got it right this time. They can come out from underneath the envelope too. Envelope flap. There, isn't that fun? See if we can add one just there. One just here, and down there. A little bit more interest to the inside of our card and onto the envelope. The envelope can go there. We can even, oh, that's my card front, and adhere down this. Sometimes what I like to do is adhere things down once I'm happy with them and ready to know that I'm going to use them. That way they're not sitting on my desk lying around. I can't lose it, I can't get it stained. So there's the inside of our card. Now for the front. Let's first die cut these bits out, and then we're going to do a bit more stamping before we'll stamp this, just to give it a little bit of texture. Hey Elfie, how's it going? So we're going to have, sending you lots of love, maybe there, with the flower, some of the bigger flowers and details. Yes. Just slit that down there. Beautiful. I really like that. Yes. So, because I'm really happy with that layout and knowing myself that if I move that right now, things are going to get moved and I will not be happy. So I am going to use some press and seal. That bit's being used. This is Glad's press and seal. Not available in Australia. Oh, apparently Costco in Australia has it. But I picked some up when I was in New Zealand for on stage a few years ago. And see, it holds my bits all together. And I know that it's not going to go anywhere. So I can press that. Yes, Elfie, my mini me's, well, my little miss and my little man are at school. So it's just little old me tonight. And I wanted to stamp in the background and I'm just trying to think which one would be the best. Should we do flowers or leaves? Decisions. What we'll do is we'll use this one because it's not too detailed. I'll just go give it a clean. And we could use the smaller flowers. Did I mount the smaller flowers? I think I did. Oh yes, I did. There they are. Could use some, let's stamp the little flowers. Woo! Leaves, or do you think leaves, Elfie? I was gonna go with flowers. Or we could go with this one, but that's not in the image. Okay, you think leaves? I'll go leaves. Where did it go? Where did I put it? No, not that one. I just cleaned it and put it down. There. Okay, and we won't stamp the entire area. We will just stamp kind of behind. Could do both. Okay, well, let's start with, so I'm using Coastal Cabana ink on the Coastal Cabana cardstock, and what I'm going to do is, it's a little perhaps fiddly, but kind of going to try to position them in places where I know it'll kind of stand out behind our motif. So that's another fun thing about the press and seal, is that we're able to do things such as this. Let's do it in an odd number, 1, 2, 3, 4, and one more, right there-ish. And if I lift that up, you could see it just through the press and seal. It'll be more obvious once we stick down our bits, but that is giving that little bit of extra layer and depth. And what we're going to do is we're now going to add some glue to this, and because I want to add this onto dimensional, so the label, I want all the flowers and the bits that we die cut separately away from this label. So I'm going to add, normally I'd use liquid glue, but that's going to give us, it needs a little bit of drying time. And I don't want to wait for that drying time, and I want to be able to take the press and seal off more quickly. So I'm just using our Stampin' Seal. Oops, got some onto the press and seal. I've got Stampin' Seal on the press and seal. Oh dear. Okay, I'm happy with that. So now I'm going to reposition this. I'm happy. I'm going to press all those detailed bits down, and I am able to peel back the press and seal. Now this one was kind of going to be hard. That was above there, but I know I got some glue onto it. There we go. So now I've got all my flowers all positioned exactly where I'd like them, and now I can carefully remove the press and seal off our sentiment label. There. And I will keep this and use it on another project. I'll keep using it until it gets quite tacky, oh, tactless actually. Not tactless as in unpretty, but without the tack. And I've just got a document sleeve here, so I just stick it onto that so that it's handy and nearby. And we're going to add some Stampin' Dimensionals. These are adhesive backed foam pieces, all pre-cut nicely for us to add to the back, and that just gives it a little bit of height, so that when we add that, that is going to sit higher up. But before we stick that down, a little bit of, I think, some bling. We could go silver twine or elegant trim. So we've got silver elegant trim. Come on. You could add some of that behind. Oh yes, I like that. But let's just have a quick look. What are the other options? The other options are all like white trim, and I feel, or ribbon, but I don't want ribbon. I'm really happy with the idea of that trim. So I'm going to grab a piece of Terran tape, which is approximately the, ooh, no, there, phew. It's approximately the height of our sentiment label. So that'll hide the tackiness, or the tack, not tackiness. It'll hide the sticky bit. But we can peel that off and add our silver twine. What would I call it? Silver trim. It's actually the silver elegant trim. And I quite liked that messy look. And what I'm going to do is trim that off, and I'm going to tuck that end in, and I know that it's going to stick down there, and stay put. Now I can remove the backing of the dimensionals and stick that on top. Oh, house is creaking. Don't know if that picked up. There we go. So that's a little bit of extra depth and dimension. And let's adhere our card front to our card base. And I cut mine 5mm smaller than the actual card base, so we get that border. And because I'm absolutely obsessed with them, we need to add some more bling, but not because we need to add bling, but because I'm obsessed with this particular bling. And Aha. It's also from the new catalogue. It's the Iridescent Rhinestone Basic Jewels, and they are just gorgeous. And I love that they are iridescent, so they can go with any color combination that you're doing or using in your projects. Any colors that work really well with them, and they pick up the colors from behind the cardstock and just add that beautiful glimmer. So I've added 3 down there, and I always work in odd numbers, and this one lost its backing, so I'll just plop that over its backing, and 2 more there. Just that little bit of extra sparkle, and that's why I thought the silver twine trim would go beautifully, just simply because it adds more sparkle. And there's the envelope, so there we go, sending lots of love. And I guess Valentine's Day is coming up. We don't really celebrate, my husband and I, so you know, it's never on the forefront of my mind, but this could be a lovely Valentine's Day card, because lots of love. So there we go, and don't forget that everything is available right now from my online store, and you can earn celebration items in purchasing these goodies. So I'll just flip back here. Thank you so much for joining me and watching. I am very pleased with the final product. It's always kind of exciting to use new products, and you're never sure how they're going to turn out, but I am very happy. I hope you have been inspired to do something creative, either today, this afternoon, or next week. And I wish you all a very happy rest of the week. It's hump day today, it's Wednesday here. So all the best for the rest of the week. Stay safe for everybody, and I will be back on Facebook at 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. We've still got daylight savings going. So I hope you can join me again. Bye for now.